you already know, our book, Me, the Mob, and the Music, is being turned into a film. And we are just, thank you, we're just as honored and flattered as we can possibly be. And it's being produced by Barbara DeFina, who produced Goodfellas and produced Casino, produced Hugo with Martin Scorsese, and just a whole string of wonderful movies. And we are so honored that she's doing ours. And the gist of the story actually is about, the book was an autobiography, with about 3/4 of it devoted to our very tumultuous and crazy and oftentimes pretty scary relationship with Roulette Records, the label we had the bulk of our hits on. And the reason that it was scary is because Roulette Records, in addition to being a pretty good functioning indie label, was also a front for the Genovese crime family in New York. This made life pretty interesting for us. And of course, very dark and sinister story going on behind Moni Moni, and I think we're on there and all the other stuff that we couldn't talk about until this book. And the fellow who introduced us, Martin Fitzpatrick, is my co-author in this book. He's a great writer. And we basically started writing a book called Crimson and Clover. It was going to be interesting. It was going to be, you know, about songwriting and in the studio and stuff. But we got about 1/3 of the way into it and realized that if we don't tell the roulette story, which really is the story, that we were cheating ourselves and everybody else. And so we put it on a shelf for a couple of years. And when the roulette regulars, as I called, some of these guys were still walking around. I was very nervous, actually, finishing this one. So when the rest of the roulette regulars, as we called them, died, we felt like we could go ahead and finish the book. And we tried to be as accurate as we could and spell everybody's name right and everything. And so we basically, you know, right as soon as the book came out a few years ago, got asked to do for the Broadway rights and for the movie rights. And so that's all going to happen. It's in the works now. So the last scene in the book and the last scene in the movie is going to be where Morris Levy, the head of Roulette Records, passes away. And you know, it's a very strange, because I had very mixed feelings, because I really owed Morris a lot. He was every bit a thug and all that stuff, but he also, if it wasn't for Morris Levy and Roulette Records, there wouldn't be a Tommy James. And I mean that sincerely. I don't think it would have happened like that anywhere else. And so the last scene in the movie is where I have this sort of he's died and I can't get back to see him, and I have this imaginary conversation with him. And as soon as the conversation is over, the credits start rolling, and it's a beautiful shot of the Chicago skyline where I'm working that night, and this song comes on. That's a very long-winded way of getting into this song, but what it really boils down to is that it's a song we had a hit with earlier in our career, and it's amazing when the arrangement has changed how it stood up in this very somber moment. So we thought we would do it for you tonight.
Children behave, that's what they say when they're together. And watch how you play, they don't understand. So we're running as fast as we can, holding on to each other's hand, trying to get away into the night, and you put your arms around me. We tumble to the ground, think we're alone. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Think we're alone now. Being alone is the only sound. Look at the way we gotta hide what we do, 'cause what would they say if they ever knew?